Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines we have for you. We got Gary Gensler in the news. Ripple, Airwallex and Shopify. Oh, you're going to want it. You're going to want this too. Library case has big news and implications for the Ripple case. We'll explain. We got Brad Garlinghouse. And guess what? SEC's trying to kick out John Deaton out of the case, and he ain't the only one I believe they're trying to get rid of, I'm afraid. We'll explain that. And there's one thing missing from crypto that just so happens to be the backbone for the monetary system, and it may be on its way. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on TikTok at Digital Perspectives, no spaces, right there, ladies and gentlemen, on Digital Perspectives right here on YouTube, and Dig Perspectives on Twitter, and Digital Perspectives News at the top of the screen right here on Facebook as well for exclusive content. Good morning. It is July 21st, 22. Lots to go over today. We're going to move quickly. 1,076 billion, say that 5 times fast, with braces. Right now, we're off by 3.5% on the market. Right now, Bitcoin is 22,800 plus, Ethereum is 1,500 plus, and we see the number 7 spot still holding by XRP right here. We are at 35 cents. The range of price very quickly is 35 cents on the bottom, 38 on the top. We're off by almost 5% in the 24-hour. We'll pay close attention to it. Remember yesterday we did cover Egrad Crypto said 38 cents. We may need to touch that 3 to 5 times before a potential breakout. And if not, then obviously we're going to have downward move action on price. We'll keep a close eye on it. Now right here, I want to tell you about this. This is one of many reasons that I use GlintPay, because one, I like to diversify in my portfolio, and this is the best way for me to own gold, and not only own gold, but to make gold my alternative to banking. That's what we're talking about. It is a gold-based alternative to banking. You can own physically allocated gold and have it on your phone, on your card, your debit card, and buy, save, send, and spend anywhere. This is footage right here of tanks in China protecting banks because Bank of China declared that the people's savings in their branch are now investment products and can't be withdrawn. I tell you, this is why I say don't think it can't happen where you and I live. Check out the link underneath the video, no doubt about it. And there's some great things coming for Glint for all of us customers in the near term. Pay close attention to that. Right here, we see Gary Gensler looking to squash the crypto market cap down below $1 trillion, are we? He is going to be on the Squawk Box lineup today. We will pay close attention to see what he says. Every time we get above $1 trillion, the next thing you know, the good news bear, Gare Bear, shows up and seems to squash the market. We'll see what happens today. Want to pay close attention to this coming up in August, early August here, just a few weeks away. It is an international blockchain conference courtesy of Emi Yoshikawa from Ripple. Thank you for the heads up here. It will be David Schwartz and Vitalik Buterin as keynote speakers. I'm going to want to hear what's said in that one. Right here from Rather Common, Ripple user Airwallex launched an online payment app on Shopify, a payment gateway plugin that merchants can integrate on their online store to accept payments from their global customers. Many payment rails, especially APAC and European Union, used in 7+ currencies. How about that? You know, Ripple is that back-end solution for all the money. This is fantastic news, and it's not over yet, but there was a great day and a big win in it. You know, the war's not over, but a battle was won yesterday, at least to the admission of the SEC. Jeremy Kaufman from Library Case says judge was skeptical of many SEC claims. SEC was forced to admit the substantial usage of Library token was non-speculative. Ruling in 4 to 8 weeks and summary judgment trial seems unlikely. More later on crypto law. Well, we have that for you in a second. And I say here, this is outstanding, Jeremy Kauffman. And I asked here, John Deaton or attorney Jeremy Hogan, didn't one of you guys mention that the judge in the Ripple case could use this judgment from the library case to inform their ruling? Well, it was Jeremy Hogan. Shout out to you, Jeremy. He says, yes, whoever wins the library will surely use it as persuasive authority. And then he corrected and said, I didn't say that correctly, distracted by my daughter being cute. Better said, the opinion will be used as persuasive authority for whichever side it is helpful. Thank you, Jeremy Hogan, for clarifying that. Now, that is interesting because we know 4 to 8 weeks that decision will be out. So we'll see what comes of that. But it was a big declaration to have the SEC admit that a large part of the library token is non-speculative and being used for the actual project and the platform itself. So right here is a quick clip that I put together of an excellent conversation from John Deaton and Jeremy Kauffman. And I want you to hear the lengths that the SEC is going through to try and set precedent to control crypto. Don't forget, library ruling can be used again as persuasive authority to inform judges' decision in the Ripple case. We're watching closely.
What is the standard? And in court, even in court, there isn't a single SEC official who is willing to articulate a standard that they're following. Now, you and I know the answer is because they don't have one. Right. They make it up as they go. They're flying by the seat of their pants. Because they have no morals, they have no code. They just want to get whoever they can. But it was great to see that the judge asking these questions. Well, what if library had never made a promotional statement and 75% of the purchasers were buying it for consumptive use? Would it still be a security? Now, the SEC said yes. Now that every person in the cryptocurrency industry should be terrified by that statement. And they also said it wouldn't matter if we weren't developing it. So in court, the SEC said, if we didn't develop the token, if the vast majority of the purchasing was for consumptive, non-speculative use, and the company never made a public statement, would a token sale still be a security? The answer is yes. Well, what does that mean? That means every sale of Ethereum is a security. That means every sale of every crypto asset, with the possible exception of Bitcoin, every other one, okay, is a security. That is what the SEC was in court saying today. So every single, and by the way, I'm sweating because I don't have the AC on and it's 90-something degrees in here, so I'm not nervous, but it's very hot. But every official, every person in the cryptocurrency industry should be terrified by what the SEC said in court today, because they threw down and they said, if you are in the United States and you are selling cryptocurrency and you are running a cryptocurrency company, you are breaking the law. If you are a cryptocurrency developer who has sold a token that you are developing, you are breaking the law. Okay, that is what they said in court today.
Seems like it's an all or nothing kind of argument. And I think there's a way. I think that the judge could decide, similar with XRP, the judge could say, well, these first early sales, because the ecosystem was so young, maybe they meet Howie, but clearly not today, right? And I just don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
Sure, I don't care. It's all fake. If I have to admit that some early sales were securities, I don't care. Of course, no one was hurt, no one was defrauded. It's all fake. I don't care. If that gets me out of it, I'll admit to whatever. I've told the SEC that plenty of times, okay? Right. The SEC has said, we want to go to the Look, again, this case is part of the SEC setting a precedent that will establish that every single cryptocurrency developer, operator, builder, exchange, it is all illegal. That is what this precedent will do. That is why the SEC is going to Matt. We offered the SEC millions of dollars in settlement money. We offered the SEC lots of things. They declined all of it and chose to bring this case. They chose to go all the way. Why would they do that? Why would they do that if they're not trying to accomplish something bigger than this case?
Remarkable conversation between the two of those gentlemen, and I thank them both for it. We will watch that very closely. Now, this was interesting here because Ryan Selkis, who has been extremely critical of XRP, calling it a security, says here, never thought I'd say this, but here we are. Let's go Ripple. And he tags Brad Garlinghouse. Brad Garlinghouse has the same reaction I did. He says, me, when I saw this tweet, see you at Mainnet. 100%. Yeah, I was blown away too, Brad. No doubt about it. But you know what? Better late than never. Here is John Deaton on Fox Business News discussing with Charles Gasparino how the SEC is making these erroneous claims that John Deaton is a threat and threatening violence to the SEC and experts. This is just absurd, ladies and gentlemen. But this is absolute fire to hear this. And I don't believe that he's the only one that they're trying to get out of this case. I think they're trying to get 68,000 and 100,000 plus people that are XRP holders in the retail market out of this case as well. Take a listen to this wonderful exchange. Here we go.
And crypto company Ripple. Lawyer John Deaton is very much a part of that case. He's been there since the start, representing 68,000 retail investors that hold XRP. He joins us now with Charlie Gasparino. Charlie, take it away.
John, obviously the case, if you look at some of the motions, is going in your favor, going in the favor of Ripple. It seems like the judge is siding with them on motions for discovery, on document requests, including Bill Hinman, that former SEC chairman's notes involving his speech that Ripple says is a big part of their case. And you've been right there all along since the beginning as amicus curiae. And now, from what we understand, they want you gone. They're trying to get you off the case. What happened?
Well, Charlie, thank you. And thank you, Liz, for having me back on. It's crazy times. They're reasserting that things that they've already asked to the judge. I made a YouTube video where I did a satirical mock cross-examination of former Chairman Clayton, and I infused scenes from My Cousin Vinny, and I tweeted a few things that were harsh criticism, and they told the judge that I shouldn't be granted amicus status because of that. She rejected those views, granted me amicus status, and lo and behold, now they're arguing that I should be thrown off the case.
Right. Well, just so you know, I'm not saying I agree. I'm not saying I agree with them, but they described you as violent. I know you were a Marine, but you don't look that violent. But they said you said you wanted. There was one thing where you satirically suggested you would smack Jay Clayton, the former SEC chair, in the face. And there was what was the other one? It was the video of the mock video of Clayton, and also that you mentioned a witness for the SEC. Obviously, these are you were kidding around, right? I mean, just get that off the table.
Yeah, it was a mock cross-examination of Jay Clayton, satirical, exaggerated. For example, Charlie, Liz, I had a time where in the My Cousin Vinny movie, the judge says to Joe Pesci, "Are you on drugs?" And I remember that. And I respond to the judge, pretending, "No, Judge, I don't use drugs, but maybe I'll need them soon." They claim that I promoted drug use. They literally argued that nonsense. The judge rejected all of this.
Well, you're losing. They are losing the case. This is, by the way, Liz threatens to kill me every day. So, and I'm still here, right?
Which I'm doing something wrong, John. I don't know. You got to help.
The poison's not working. Whatever it's going on. But what are the next steps in this case? I mean, we've been going around and around. It obviously has huge implications. If Ripple wins, and they can say they're not a registered security. They're not a security.
Are
a crypto.
A crypto.
If they win,
yes, exactly.
that basically is going to curtail the SEC's regulation efforts. And it looks like they're moving in that direction, at least based on the judge's motions. What's the next step here?
Well, the next step right now, there's that Daubert motion, which is just challenging expert witnesses, and briefing next month is due for summary judgments. That's where each side tries to get a complete victory. The judge decides one way or the other, or she might decide that a jury has to issue certain factors. But you're right, Charlie, a lot is at stake because the SEC has come out and argued that the token itself, not just the way Ripple sells it, but that if anyone in the United States sells XRP, they're violating Section 5. So if the SEC were to get its way, then and deem XRP a security, the token itself, then every altcoin on the market, including Ethereum, would be in play for the SEC to get their hands on the this asset class.
I know, that's what I'm saying. This has huge ramifications. Brad Sherman told Ellie Terrett, my producer today, that he thinks that the SEC is going to win easy. He thinks that the investigation should expand, not just to this one aspect with Ripple to any like coin wallet or any sort of aspect of crypto that was trading the XRP or trades it. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that Congressman Sherman, along with Chairman Gensler, wouldn't know security if it bit him in the butt, to be honest with you. They keep saying that
You're going to get in trouble for saying that, by the way. That's violent.
Well, I know. I said butt. So they're going to tweet that. Hey, think about this, Charlie. There is taxpayer dollars are being spent for someone to shadow everything I do and read every tweet I make. And if I may say for you and Liz, I want to quote someone very important who said, quote, the SEC's litigation tactics suggest that the SEC is adopting its legal positions to further its desired goal and not out of the faithful allegiance of the law. Charlie, Liz, you know who said that? That's not a John Deaton tweet. That's Judge Sarah Netburn saying it in an opinion.
Well, Liz has a question for you.
John, my question involves, obviously, XRP has continued, well, let's say Ripple has continued to forge ahead. In fact, they've got a pretty decent overseas business, don't they now? So they're legit overseas. Is there any way to somehow split the difference? I mean, if the SEC suddenly says you guys are a security and not a currency, and that becomes a disaster here in the U.S., can they still continue to do business and make profits overseas?
Oh, absolutely. 95% of what Brad Garlinghouse said of XRP sales are outside the United States. And Liz, that's a great question because there's an easy win for everyone in this case. The SEC could reach a settlement with Ripple and say that early sales, when the ecosystem was at its infancy, that those sales constituted a security, but that today's XRP, it's been deemed a non-security in Singapore, Switzerland, United Arab Emirates, and many other jurisdictions. It's only in the United States being held up, and so
then
they'll survive.
Let me just ask this, John, sort of broadening the discussion here. We were higher for most of the big name cryptos, but then there was a headline that hit earlier, just a couple of hours ago, that Peter Thiel-backed crypto company had gone bankrupt. So now you've got Celsius, you've got this one, and it makes you wonder if the SEC looks at this and is painting everybody with the same ugly brush.
Well, they are, but you know what there are, and let me make it clear, there are pump and dump schemes, there are fraud that's going on in any industry, including the crypto industry. But what you have is a few of these players who are using highly leveraged strategies, and the house of cards are falling. But you cannot paint an entire industry with the broad brush. Liz, I went on record to say I believe Gary Gensler is going to sue an exchange, whether it's Coinbase or Binance or another exchange in the United States by the end of the year.
Okay.
And what's your timetable for when they decide your fate on this thing?
Well, the judge, I have until Monday to give my response to the SEC asking that I be thrown out of the case and the amicus status to be revoked. I'll answer that on Monday, and then hopefully the judge within a week will give a decision.
That's great. All right, we got to end it there, John. Thank you.
And there we have it. And just amazing reporting by Liz Clayman and Charles Gasparino, and a killer job by John Deaton right there. He has gotten so good about being able to relay the facts and information in such short periods of time, representing over 68,000 XRP holders. I really love it. Now, that's not all, ladies and gentlemen, because they're trying to get John Deaton thrown out of the case as a friend to the court. And that means all 68,000 of us along with it. And I don't think that's the only thing they're trying to get us thrown out of. I think they're trying to get us thrown out of the retail investment market for XRP altogether. Digital Asset Investor says right here, just bought more XRP on Uphold because they're the only place I can get it. And I believe there could be a day very soon when retail can no longer get it at all. And you know what? I am speculating as well as he is, but I also believe that there's a great chance of that. I have just put forward in the last few days, if you haven't watched the video, No More XRP, go watch that video. Ripple has said very quickly here, Ripple has said since Q4 2019 till present day, they have not sold one XRP to the secondary market, which they call programmatic sales. Not one. Which begs the question, Where have they been getting the XRP for the retail market on exchanges? Has it been the taco stand wallet that Jed McCaleb had that just ran out? And if this proves to be accurate, where is the retail market going to get any more XRP? Or is all of it that we could ever get already out here floating around on the exchanges? I tell you, things are coming. There is a day of reckoning. We're going to find out all this sooner or later here. But one thing that I've always said that was missing from this crypto market was the same thing that just happens to be the current backbone of the monetary system. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the treasuries market, aka bond market. Listen to this very quick clip here from Eric Peters from One River Management.
The next big asset to get tokenized will be the U.S. Treasury market.
Really?
Well,
how about equities?
Sorry, I think that
the next big, listen to what he says.
The next big asset to get tokenized will be the U.S. Treasury market.
The U.S. Treasury market happens to be the bond market, and it's the backbone of the dollar, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what we're still waiting for? We're still waiting to find out if we're going to see a CBDC that is retail facing, or if we're going to see a wholesale CBDC created by the Fed or the Treasury. And by the way, and will the retail USDC coin by Circle become the retail facing digital dollar for all of us? That's what we're waiting to find out. And I tell you this, right while we're talking about it, take a look at this. Everyone talks about how much utility and payment flow can inform price of XRP. Now consider this. U.S. government treasury buying all the bonds and debt with the new digital dollar, transferring the entire treasury market and its value onto the XRP private ledger for central bank digital currencies, ladies and gentlemen. Come on in. I think that's a moment that is still yet to come because it is all the money. Hit the like and subscribe, leave a comment below. I'll catch all of you on the next one.